Hello everyone, welcome to Coin Help You YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about proof sets. We're going to get into how much they're worth and a little bit of details first on what boxes they come in and what ones are silver and which ones are not. So thanks for watching my latest video, and you are watching Coin Help You with Daniel, and thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and click the little bell beside the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out my website, Coin Help. It's coinauctionshelp.com. Type that in a Google search, take a look at it. You can use search features. I've got a lot of information on there, a lot of articles and guides, very similar to what I'm doing here on the YouTube channel. So please check that out. So here we're going to get into the proof sets, and we're going to do a little bit of talk about them. Proof sets that were issued to collectors started in 1936, and a 1936 set is extremely rare. It was a low production number or mintage, and it can be worth in the thousands. They typically came in a box. This was from a 1954 set, and they were in plastic, little cello. Often the coins did react to that and they turned dark and they toned. Well, in 1955, they used the box and they started using what they call the flat pack, the envelope. So from 1955 to 1964, you will find them in a brown, kind of a manila collar, maybe a little darker than a manila collar envelope. And they come with the package. In 1965, 66, and 67, no proof sets were produced. They were called special mint sets, so they were SMS sets for those 3 years. After that, in 1968, all the way up to starting in 1968, all the way up to 1973, proof sets were in the blue envelope, and they were clad, no silver. Except for 68, 69, and 70. They had a 40% clad half dollar. The rest of the coins are not silver. Then beginning in 1973, they started putting them in black boxes, and they put them in black boxes all the way to 82. In 1976, they did produce the silver 3-coin version, and these are 40%. All the rest of the proof sets in the black packs in 75 and 76 with the bicentennial dual dates are clad. These are not clad. They have 40% silver clad. And then in 1983, blue box again. Then in 1984, and they're clad, purple box. And the purple boxes were all the way up to 1993. Okay? But in 1992, the US Mint started producing proof sets in the black box as well. And in the black box, they're 90% silver, dime, quarter, and half dollar. So you had this in the early 90s, and then when 94 rolled around, the green envelope. So all the way up to 98 is what these proof sets look like, the silver and the clad. You know, also in the 90s you had the premier sets as well. They come in a black box. They were a little bit thicker, a better presentation case. It had a hinged opening on it. I don't have one in stock to show you. Also, the prestige sets that I was telling you, they come in these boxes like this, and they actually have, like I said, the silver dollar and all the denominations. They were special sets that were issued. They're kind of popular. They do sell a little more than your proof sets do. You know, you also had in the 2000s, like from 2005 to now, you had the legacy proof sets, the limited edition proof sets, and you had just the presidential proofs in a set and the quarter proofs in a set, and you had the Clad and you had the silver. So you have all these little proof sets, in case just for the collectors to kind of appeal to different collectors. Then in '99, when the state quarters came out, they're in the red when they're silver, when they have the red on them. The Clad is in the blue. So these all the way up to 2008. Then in 2009, they had the Clad obviously and also the silver. Even up to this day, 2019. This is what the 2009 came in. In 2007, they did come in an envelope or a box like this. They had the state quarters plus the presidential dollar started. So then they had to start, the boxes got larger. This year has the bicentennial Lincoln cents in it, and they changed the design for the year for the first time since 1909. Now, pretty much, proof sets, Clad look like this, and your silver will have silver on it. Some of them are just a little different than others, like in the 2011 it'll have the silver on the side and it has the copper, but it'll say silver on them. Now as far as the proof sets are concerned, they're not really that collectible because there's not as many people collecting them as they used to be. And there's a lot of people who bought boxes of them, multiples of the same date. And a lot of them are passing away, or a lot of them are giving up their collections and tired of collecting, or realizing there's not money in the proof sets. So they're actually selling them off. And we get a lot of them in the shop. One of the things to note is that we're not talking about sets that are 56 and back. 1936 to 1956, they have a pretty decent premium. And I'll take, for instance, gray sheet alone, bid alone, $5,200 for the 36 set. And when you get up to 1956, it's $50 in the gray sheet. Now, retail wise, you're going to add 10 to 20% onto that. But after that, they're in the $20 range all the way up to $64. Then you got your SMS sets, which are not proof sets. I won't go into those. But the rest of the proof sets, I mean, you're pretty much in the $4 and the $7 range, but most of them are $4 when you start getting into the 90s and the 80s. When some of the 90s are a little bit more, you've got prestige proof sets that have the actual silver dollar commemorative and they come in a bigger box. I have one back there somewhere, but the main thing is that most of the collections you'll see will have sets like these that'll have, the half dollar, the quarter, maybe a Susan B. Anthony dollar or an Eisenhower dollar if you're back in the 70s. Now, as far as value is concerned, you can get on eBay and you can look at sold auction values to figure out how much some of these are worth as far as what they're selling for lately. If you go to a dealer, you're looking at up to 50% back a bid for some of these because some of them are they've devalued so much. I mentioned in a video recently about a 99S silver proof set that has the state quarters, the first year of the state quarters. It was extremely popular when it came out, and I've seen it a few years back selling for upwards of $500. Now you can get on eBay and you see them selling for $50 and $60 a piece. And that's pretty much where these modern proof sets have went, especially the ones without silver content, but even the ones with silver content. A lot of dealers are trying to pay silver melt for them. The premium has almost disappeared. They're still collectible because of the fact that you still can find varieties in some of them, especially the 64 and back. Some of those are kind of rare varieties, but there's also no S, like the 90 no S. You've got the 75 no S. There's different ones that have value to them, and you can look for those sets. And I have a video on a little bit on that on the no S mint marks. You can check that video out. I can try to put a link somewhere here in the comments, maybe in the video. But suffice it to say, if you're looking to sell your proof sets, you're going to sell them at a substantial loss compared to what you paid for them from the U.S. Mint. Unless they're a special set. The 2012s, they've increased in value a little bit, but they're even down a little bit. But that's a better year. all around. And some of the newer sets, like 2018, you have a reverse proof set, and 17 you had an enhanced set, but they really haven't increased a lot in value, even though they've tried to lower the mintage a bit. And then recently you have the 2019, and it's supposed to have free W pennies inside the proofs, 2019. So that kind of spurred people to buy, but typically that kind of stuff temporary. People will buy them to get the cents out of them, and then the Clad sets will just sit there and devalue. And that's one of the problems we have with these sets. When the mint tries to match their collector base, and the collector base is smaller than the actual mintage and demand. So if you need to know some more about your proof sets, I do suggest looking at sold auctions on eBay. That's probably one of the best indicators on these sets. You can go to a dealer if you like. Obviously, if you have a silver proof set, figure melt maybe a couple dollars. Sometimes you can get a decent deal, but probably selling them on your own would be better, but it does take a lot of time. As you can see, if you have a complete collection, you're going to take a little bit of time to sell it. I mean, like I said, I've got all these here to show you as examples. So I hope that helps you understand what the values are of proof sets, what you're likely to get out of your proof sets when you sell them. And please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.